I said, hot damn, it's Friday, baby. This is the Triggered Yogi live stream. It's the kid, the Triggered Yogi himself, Yoga Leroy, a.k.a. Leon Walker. Welcome to the live stream. January 23rd, Friday. It is 9:02 a.m. and TGIF, my friend, TGIF, it is Friday. We had a good week. We did. We got back from San Diego last night. We did. San Diego was a packed house at the Laugh Factory of San Diegoans. Man, I'm learning about San Diego people a little bit. Just from the time I have spent going down to the Laugh Factory in San Diego. I'm learning. Things I knew about San Diego, I knew it was, it's a conservative area, military town and that kind of thing. I do have a couple of friends that live in San Diego that I haven't really talked to in a long time, but one, biracial couple, half black, or the husband's white, the wife is white. I mean, the husband's black, the wife is white. They have, I think, 3 beautiful biracial children. And they didn't really tell me much about anything, but I'm starting to pick up some things about San Diego. I'm not saying they're good, bad, or whatever. I'm just starting to pick up some things from the crowds in San Diego. Mostly white crowds. And I'm starting to learn a little bit about what kind of white these white people are. All right. And how else can I say it? There's different shades of white in America. And I'm starting to learn a little bit about what kind of whites, what shade of white we're dealing with in San Diego. And it's going to help me. It's going to help me cater the jokes to the shade of white is what I'm saying. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Your shade is fine. I'm not shitting on your shade. So this shade of white, they're very tight, but they do laugh. Now, there's about 50 people at the comedy club last night. What's going on, chat? Dropping by to say hi. There's about 50 people in this comedy club last night, and they were very tight with their laughs. But they did laugh. Maybe it's, and I've experienced this on a Thursday before. I've been on a Thursday. What it is about. Maybe it's the day. Maybe it's like, it's so close to Friday, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? A Thursday is like, oh man, Friday's right there. But we're still in the week tired, kind of. I still feel the tiredness of the week. So you're going to have to work. You're going to have to work, baby. You're going to have to, and listen, we're comedians. We're up for the challenge. We'll work for it, baby. We'll work for it. But let us know. Let us know ahead of time. Man, I'm really digging the mustache. You understand? The mustache is going to stay. I need some Steve Harvey jokes. Chat, help me out with some jokes. Throw some Steve Harvey jokes in the chat so I can add that in my act. So yeah, man, they're very tight. I feel like I had a good set. I did get it on tape. I'm going to watch it back. I feel like I had a good set. I feel like I had one of the best sets. I'm not going to hold you. Nobody will tell you that. It's not everywhere. Comics do tell comics when they're doing good. And I experience that a lot. For some reason, when I perform at the Laugh Factory, ain't nobody going to tell me if I did good or not. And if I do good, ain't nobody going to say nothing. And you're like, all right. It's one of these, yeah, all right. All right. Oh man, this game is so funny. You know, the funny thing about the comedy game, because we're telling jokes, but we're all hilarious, but not like in a funny way. Does that make sense? We're all hilarious. We're like the Office hilarious. You know how they made a show off of toxic work environment called The Office, right? And they made it hilarious. But if you didn't, if you're in, like, say that's your real life in the office, you're living that office, right? That shit ain't funny. That's the comedy scene. That's the comedy scene. You're moving through the scene and all this fucking weird like nuances are happening and people are treating people weirdly and there's like all this weird shade and people are shit talking each other and people are and it's not funny, but it's hilarious. It's like, wow, we act like this? It's crazy. Richard Pryor, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll take it. Richard Pryor had a strong mustache. I'm going to keep this for a while. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it, but I'm digging it. It's getting nice and full. It's getting nice and full. I love it. There is truth in comedy. Everything about comedy is truth. That's why it's so great. Not just some. All of it. All of it's truth, man. It might be exaggerated. It might be tweaked. It might be, stretched, but it's still true. That's why comedy, it hits. It hits. And when it really hits, you feel me? It really hits because a lot of comics are saying things that people are thinking and don't really say or don't really have the courage to say or want to say but don't know how to say. They're talking about relationships. I talk a lot about relationships. I need to dive a little bit deeper into the relationships. What I've noticed from my time in San Diego is I need to start using that time because I do get longer time in San Diego than I do in LA. I get minimum 15 minutes. I need to start using that time to really dive into like crowd work and really dive into like people's lives, not just my life. Because I talk about my life mostly on stage. I talk about my son, my wife, but I need to like dive into other people. So that's what I'm going to work on. I don't know when I'm going to be down there next. Leah didn't, the booker didn't give me any dates, but she said she'd reach out. So hopefully I do get some dates soon. Really am grateful to be going down there so often, man. And San Diego's nice. San Diego, who is Richard Pryor? Wow, you should get blocked for that. You should get kicked off the stream for that, my friend. I'm going to let you live, but that's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Google him. Listen, Google Richard Pryor before you drop a question that makes you look silly. Google. It's a beautiful thing. It's not just Google now. ChatGPT. So many ways for you not to look like an idiot these days. So many ways. There's so many ways. So many ways. So many ways, baby. Google. Start there. All right, man. Yes, it's Friday, man. I'm excited about it. Chat, good to see you alive. Last couple of days, the chat has been a little stagnant, and that's fine. Sometimes I just need to come on here and talk to myself. You know what I'm saying? It is therapeutic, man. I got a second interview. Yesterday, I have heard that there is an open casting call for Baywatch. And when I heard that, I was like, man, I got this mustache. I got to go to this open casting call. You feel me? I just feel like this mustache is right for Baywatch. I just feel it. I feel like this mustache needs to be on Baywatch. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped on that. Online, you fill out, send your headshot and your resume and all that. And I did that last night. Also, Netflix is a joke. Everybody's talking about Netflix is a joke. That's the big festival Netflix does, and Kevin Hart is doing a show. So I submitted for that. So yesterday I was like just kind of because I don't really like doing that, kind of like the comedy competitions and the open calls. I used to do open casting calls in my 20s, and man, they're not fun. You know, it's like a cattle call. It's just a bunch of people. They got you standing around, probably in the hot sun. I haven't done that in a long time, but maybe, I think I'm just going to go and check it out. If it is exhausting, I probably won't stay because they will have you there all day long. And little inside baseball. What's up, So Simple, Too Deep? I interned for this movie, and I'm going to tell you the movie. I'm going to spill all the beans. I worked production assistant for Straight Outta Compton when I was younger. That was what, like 15 years? How long ago was that when Straight Outta Compton? You remember when Straight Outta Compton came out? St. Louis is expecting a pretty bad storm. How's the weather looking like for you? Oh, man, L.A., whew, we could. I'm sorry to hear that you got a storm coming. But so I did drive down to San Diego, and it was raining on the way down, and it was raining on the way up. And I'm from Seattle, so I like a little rain. I do not mind a little rain. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's been an interesting week. It's been a week filled with events and stuff like that, talking about it right now. I'm still enjoying your point of view, even though some of the things I bring up can be something else. I appreciate you still enjoying this point of view, man. I see you pop, So Simple. I see you pop in on the Comedy Fitness live stream on Monday, and don't feel like I'm ignoring you. There is and that's the problem with the live stream that I do on Monday, Comedy Fitness. And you see what's going on. There's so many moving parts. I don't even have the space to get to the questions, and I don't even know how to fit that into the show. And that's been one of the big issues I've been experiencing as I produce this show, Comedy Fitness, is it's just very overwhelming for me, and it I'm not having a lot of fun doing it, but the people that come have fun, and I'm committed to keep doing it, and hopefully it develops into something. Yeah, so I do see your comments, and I gotta figure out how to bring in the audience, and I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And I gotta figure out how to fit that in. It is a very overwhelming show. There's a lot of moving parts, and I don't have any help. It's just me. I'm hosting. I'm producing. I'm working the cameras, and I'm still trying to be a comic and still trying to be funny, which I don't feel funny on the show at all. Anyways, I wanted to give you some inside baseball about open casting. So I worked a PA for the movie Straight Outta Compton, and they started this buzz, and a lot of these networks do this. They start this buzz like, oh, we're doing an open casting call. And they said, we're doing an open casting call to cast all the leads for NWA, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Yella, who's the other one? Eazy-E. Oh, we're doing an open casting call. When I tell, and the open casting call was in Compton. It was at a school in Compton, and when I tell you, it was the whole city at that school. people, like lines wrapped around the school because they did this open casting call. Now, I know for a fact they already had the cast. I know for an absolute fact. Before that day, they already had every single person in the cast. So productions do that. It's for the hype of it, and they're not thinking about the people that are showing up. Like, oh man, I really have a shot. No, you don't. So it could be that scenario with the Baywatch open call as well, because Hollywood stays they don't change their tricks. They don't adjust. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So it might be that, but I'm still gonna go check it out anyways. What's the best position during a good time with your lady somewhere? What do you mean the best position? I appreciate it. What's the best position during a good time with your lady somewhere? Best position? I don't even know, man. I kind of don't really understand the question. What's the best position? Doggy style, man. That's it. It's the best position. Everybody knows that. So, how much time have we done? 16. Yeah, man, we flying, baby. We're flying. I gotta get caught up with my editing, get back on track with the editing today. Not much else going on. I do want to have a little writing day. I need new material, man. I need new material. I need my material to just be, I want people to be falling out of their chair laughing, something I have not been able to do. And that's my goal, to make people laugh so hard they start falling out of their chair. Let's figure that out, chat. You understand? Let's figure that out. My son has a basketball game today. We've been talking a lot about the things. I feel like he's starting to really get passionate about the things that he wants. I'm trying to get him to understand that the frustration when you get passionate about things, is your brain hasn't connected the dots with the work that has to go in to getting the thing that you want. So he's still trying to figure out, like, what am I not doing? But I think we all know, like, the actions that you need to do to get the results that you want. And I'm telling him, but I'm also letting him figure it out on his own, because, when he gets older, it's going to be all him. Standing or regular doggy style. Man, we are getting personal, man. Any kind of doggy styles. Good. Any kind of doggy style is good. Oh, speaking of doggy style, look at how much I like my doggy style. You feel me? Look at how much I like my doggy style. I like my doggy style in the cup. You feel me? I like my doggy style black with 2 stevias and a little bit of oat milk. You feel me? That's how I like my doggy style. Yeah, man. So no big triggers coming up. I mean, the biggest trigger that I've experienced today is when I went and spoke with this group of young people, it's hard for me to say young because they're in their 20s, but they acted like they were in high school. So they were young people. Mentally, they were young. Body-wise, they were adults. But these guys were in a halfway house. They just got out, and that was a triggering experience because they acted like juvenile hall kids, like with their energy and how disrespectful they were. And it was just kind of hard to just sit there and be there, knowing like I'm not getting paid to be here. I'm here for you guys, and you guys are tripping. They were tripping, bro. Not all of them, but the overall energy of the group was like, yeah, are y'all okay? Like, it was wild, yeah. So like that was a triggering experience. A good cup of coffee with a dog cup, cream and honey. Cream and honey, yeah, that sounds good. But other than that, man, I've been moving and grooving. I'll tell you that the drive down to San Diego, you can never beat a minimum 3 hour drive driving from LA to San Diego. Now coming back, it's 2 hours sweet, you know. The best time to drive to San Diego is at night. That's the best time. Any other time earlier than 10, you're clocking 3 hours. Now I left at 2 and I clocked 4 hours, which was a little depressing because I left earlier than I did last time. So it feels like I have to leave so early to clock 3 hours or less to get down to San Diego in a time that doesn't make me so exhausted. So like that drive, it does get easy, but at the same time, it's more like I'm used to the drive. I've been driving down to San Diego so much. I'm used to the drive, but it's just like, I gotta drive. Gotta get this drive. Gotta get this drive, man. But, you know, did it. Got down there, got back. And that's that. So simple. And that's it. And that is it, man. So I got a second interview coming up for a gym in downtown LA. I'm waiting to hear back when they want me to come in. And I am so excited for this interview, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. You know, teaching group fitness comes so naturally and easy for me that it's just exciting, and I really do feel like this is really like I should be doing the things that are like that I've been doing for a long time. You know, over the last year and a half, I've been looking for other ways to make money. I sold cars for a little bit because I heard you could make some money. You can make some good money, but it's the juice worth the squeeze. Like with the car business, you might make some money, but you're also dying inside. It's softly dying, you know, and you're working your ass off. You're working 12 hours a day at the dealership, and then off the clock, people are calling you and texting you. So you're working 15 hours a day, maybe more. And it's the car business, and it's not a healthy environment because your employers are all constantly telling you like, we'll get rid of you. Like, if you don't sell X amount of cars, like, I don't care how hard you're working. You'll get out. You'll get up out of here. So, not all jobs that have, theories of making money are good jobs. Now, fitness is more. It just fits with who I am. So I'm excited about this gym. It is a gym that I've been looking into for the last couple of years. I actually interviewed at the location in Santa Monica a year ago for the fitness director. Should have gotten that job. I'm extremely qualified when it comes to fitness. I've ran gyms. I've been a master trainer. I've been a master instructor. And yeah, should have gotten that job. I didn't get it, and that's their bad. But everything happens for a reason. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about this one. I'll keep you guys posted, man. I'll keep you guys posted. All right, on Monday is exciting. We're gonna do a little open mic on Comedy Fitness. So on Comedy Fitness things, the last Monday of the month is going to be an open mic, open call show. Any comic can pull up and do a minute on the show with the reels that are shown. The regulars are going to be all the judges, and they are going to roast the comics. So the regulars that usually take the stage are not going to take the stage. They are going to judge and add their 2 cents. So this is going to be the first time we've done this kind of format. In my mind, I feel like it is going to be great, but who knows? So it might be chaos. We will see. We will see Monday. That's going to be at 7:30 on Monday. Comedy Fitness Live. Again, that's a whole nother channel. Go subscribe to Comedy Fitness Live. And yeah. All right, man. We got 28 minutes in. We got a couple more minutes. If anybody got any burning desires, any triggers coming up, drop it into the chat. Let's talk about it real quick. I'm moving and grooving 2026, man. Things are feeling good, looking good, adjusting along the way, and being okay. Being okay. Listen. Something I was talking to my wife about, adjustments. Some things aren't adjustable. Some things aren't adjustable. Something that I get a lot is I intimidate people. When I went to talk to these young people that just got out of jail, the facilitator told me I could tell you're intimidating them. And what intimidates people, especially in LA, is when people show up very powerful. And it's not something that I could adjust that. It's not something I'm going to adjust. Like when I came to talk to that group, I was dressed up. Because I had an interview right afterwards. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I was dressed up. But I showed up. I showed up for them, and they couldn't handle it, And, maybe I wasn't the right person to speak with them at this stage where they're at right now. And that's also what I'm kind of processing. Is like, maybe I wasn't the right guy. Like maybe they need somebody a little closer to where they're at, the stage that they're at. I'm not only am I so far removed from that stage, because I've been through what they're going through. I've been through that. But so not only am I so far removed, when I got out of that situation and when I decided to start making some changes, it was like lightning. I was like, this is not going to be a slow process for me. I'm getting so far away from that person, who that person is, that found himself in jail and on probation and doing community service. I'm getting so far away from that person as fast as I can. It was like lightning. And I realized that some people want that process to be slow. I didn't. So I had to show up powerfully. I had to show up like, I had to show them like, listen, this was just yesterday that I experienced this. Like it was 9 years ago, 8-9 years ago, but at the same time, that was just yesterday. But I'm not even, you can't recognize me if you knew me back then, because I'm not that guy anymore. And that's how, when you move with intention and purpose, that's how fast things could turn and change in your life. When you have a strategy, vision, move with intention and purpose, and you take action, you could change everything in a night, in a day. It could be all different. That's really what my intention was, showing up the way I did. And, you know, even if one person kind of received a little bit, I did my job. The majority of the group just, I feel like they're very closed off and not really having it. And that's fine, you know. But I'm going to keep showing up powerfully. That's just how I feel serves me best. All right, baby. Happy Friday. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for tuning in. So Simple, Too Deep. Appreciate you. Purple Groovy 69. Appreciate you. Dude that doesn't know who Richard Pryor is, you should be ashamed of yourself. I feel like by now you've Googled him and you're a better person for it. Lisa, thanks for joining. Thanks for popping in. All right, folks, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. This is the Trigger Yogi live stream. We're here every day at 9 a.m. Check it in, baby. Have a good day. Peace.